All right, we'll begin in just a moment here. Well, sound check sounds good. Already got that done. It looks like we're live on Facebook, so hang on. We're going to begin in just a minute here. Oh. All right, let's fix it up here. Whoa, I got a mess going on here. Why don't you guys tell me I look shaggy here? All right, so look at that. You guys get to see me fully get dressed. See, that's the cool thing about this show. I don't have the makeup people come and poof me up, and pretend like everything, tell you to clap when to clap and applause when to applause, laugh to laugh. Hold on, I got one little piece of strand here. There you go, look at that beautiful mug. What's up? I love y'all. All right, we're ready to rock. Wait, that's tomorrow night's show, the rock episode. I'm just joking. Okay. Do I got all my hair tucked in? Whew, that's a mess. Okay, we're ready to rock. What's up, Mouth Pager? Shalom. Happy Monday. Yam Shani. Are we ready? Are we ready? Are we ready? I see. I was going to give you a little rabbi test because that's what they say, during my ordination when they say, "Are you ready? Are you ready?" We're not going to do that because I'm going to say, "Are you ready? Are you ready for our weeknight motivations?" Whoa, I am pumped up tonight. I guess when am I not pumped up to do these? But I am pumped up tonight. Let's check to see who's on. What's up, Mary? Happy Monday. Shalom. Let's see who's on Facebook. I can just imagine that Facebook is starting to grow, by the way. We're starting to get a lot of viewers. Hang on, I just got to check. Just say hello to everyone. Hello, everyone on Facebook. All right, got some people watching. See, this is the night. Tonight's the night to watch because, as we're all aware, I've been doing Exodus time because, in the Jewish culture, we do the Torah portions. And this week's Torah portion and the last couple weeks is all about Exodus. This is my favorite time of year, or favorite time of the Torah portion because it's about the Ten Commandments. Whoa. I know, I go a little crazy. But before we get started, let's do our intro. Happy Monday. I'm Rabbi Yak. Hope everyone's had a great day and hope everyone had a great weekend. I love you all so much, so thank you so much for jumping on tonight on a Monday. I know everybody's got the case of the Mondays, like, oh, it's Monday, or like a zombie. I am located outside of San Francisco in Santa Rosa. We are an online spiritual community and an online Jewish synagogue. Every Monday through Thursday, we do our live weeknight motivations at 7 o'clock p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And every Friday is our Shabbat service at 6 o'clock p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So check us out. Check out our website, www.mouthpage.com. My brain just froze for a second. It's like I had ice cream. I was like, what do I say? See, don't you love when I go live? Because there's no editing here. So if I slip up or I say something wrong, it's real. That's awesome. I know it's not, like what most people are used to, like perfectness. But life isn't perfect. I'm not perfect. Trust me, I'm not perfect. And neither are any of you. And if you say you are, you're just kidding yourself. We're not perfect. We make mistakes. That's what makes us so awesome. That's why we're so awesome, right? So Mouth Pages has been going live now for 57 weeks. 57 weeks. Wow. We're not at 2 years yet. And we are now over. Now check this out. The last time we all spoke and you all heard me doing my little spiel, we're over 44,000. We're over, drum roll, from Friday to today, we're at 46,000, over 46,000, like 46,000, like 300. Wow. We almost did close to 2,000 followers and likes on Facebook in 3 days. Wow. You guys are awesome. You guys are so awesome. Wow. Holy cookies. That is amazing. Wow. Oh, wow. I woke up today. I checked online. I'm like, whoa. I'm like, that is crazy. I mean, everybody over here is like, did you see that? I know. It was like a meteor just hit or something. Wow. That is awesome. You guys rock. I know we're going to get to 100,000 by the end of the year. I know we're going to. There's no way we're not going to with all of your guys' support and the love that you guys give us. 2,000 or 100,000. Well, 100,000 is amazing. Wow. I would love. You know what? I'm going to stop. I was going to say something, but I'm not ready for that yet. I'm not big enough yet to challenge, other stuff. But we'll get there. I'll stop because everybody here is like, don't do it. Don't say it. I know what you're going to say. Don't do it. Because I wrote it down and they're like, don't say it. Okay, I won't say it. So let's kick it off. I know I'm super hyper tonight. It's Monday. Normally Monday I'm like, dragging on, Rabbi. Oh, please check out our website. I'm so tired. But tonight, I'm not. So let's pump it up. Let's kick it off. Let's do a little song. Even though my singing stinks, but we'll do the best we can. Doesn't matter because it's the message, right? Psalm 156. Kol Anishama. Let all that breathes, praise God. Hallelujah. Kol Anishama, Kol Anishama, Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Neshama, hallelujah, hallelujah. And one day you're going to have a rock band singing that song here. I can guarantee it. Next year you're going to see all kinds. Because once we start getting over 100,000, people will be like banging on my door, say, "Hey, can we sing?" Since I've been asking for singers for over a year, people are going to be like begging to be on the show. I know it. I have a vision, and my vision is not going to give up yet. Our vision hasn't even been met yet. So we are not going to quit. I know I'm not going to quit. All because I know we're growing. So I love you all so much. So let's kick it off. Here is our Weeknight Motivations. Welcome to the show. Here it is. Just like if you go to any other synagogue or church, they do their song and you walk in and you're like, oh my gosh, it said 9 o'clock. And you run and it's 9:15. You're late. And they still like 25 minutes worth of singing before you even get started. So you're like, whew. So there you go. See how you can yak while you got to get your coffee or your dinner and you got to watch your show. And now here I go. All right. Last week we ended with the Exodus time, part 8. We talked about anxiety. I got a lot of feedback on that. I didn't say good. I didn't say bad. I got a lot of feedback on that one. So since the Exodus time, we're doing the Torah portion, right? Since the Torah portion is right now all about Exodus, we're going to talk about my favorite topic, the one that got me started in this in the first place. Places have taken down their 10 Commandments statues. Not here. We're going to talk about it, the 10 Commandments. Whoa. I know Passover's not even for a while. And that's when you watch the 10 Commandments with Charlton Heston, right? That's a great movie, by the way. And talk about the 10 Commandments. And even Mel Brooks did a spiff and said the 15 drops the tablet, the 10 Commandments. They always make a joke. But this is what we're going to talk about, the 10 Commandments. And a lot of places don't talk about it anymore. But I don't really care much about what they don't talk about. It's what we talk about. We talk about that stuff. 10 Commandments tonight. Exodus time. Here we go. So, here are the 10. There's a lot of people that do some variances, but I'm going right off of Exodus. So here is the parable right here. This is the one that's always said right before we go to the 10 Commandments. I am the Lord your God who brought you out of the land of Egypt to be your God, out of the land of slavery, out of bondage. That is what we're going to talk about tonight. But before we get started, let's go. Number 1, you should have no other gods before me. Number 2, you should not make any false images or false idols, not worship false gods. Number 3, you should not use the Lord's name in vain. Number 4, Sabbath, remember the Sabbath day. Shabbat. 5, honor your parents, mother than father. 6, thou shalt not murder. 7, thou shalt not commit adultery. 8, thou shalt not steal. 9, thou shalt not lie, or thou shalt not bear false testimony. And 10, thou shalt not covet. I'm looking down because I want you to know that I have it memorized. Just so you know, I wasn't reading off of anything saying, oh, you're cheating. I'm not cheating. I was looking down. I have it memorized because I say it every day. So here we go. Talking about brought you out of the land of Egypt. So if you talk about Exodus, right, we just talked about, how they're running from Pharaoh, or the famous word is let my people go. And here they are, wandering the desert, and Moses talks to God, and he gives them the 10 Commandments. So, I am the Lord your God who brought you out of the land of Egypt to be your God. What does that mean? What does that mean to all of us, right? What does that mean? Out of slavery. How in the world does freeing people thousands of years ago relate to today? Ooh. This is a tough or touchy subject lately. Out of the house of slavery. Well, Jews know all about this. 400 years, right? We were locked in. That was just one episode of our soap opera. Well, we've been enslaved for lots of times. Just ask Hitler. So what does freedom mean to you? Right? And why is it so touchy? Freedom isn't just handcuffs and chains or shackles and getting whipped. Freedom, taking someone's freedom away, can mean being brainwashed, causing so much fear that you're so scared all the time, being blind to what's really going on. America has a quote, right? The land of the free, the home of the brave. So I'm going to talk about something here. Could be controversial, but when is Mouth Page not controversial? So I went on a website, did some research. The rights and freedoms of Americans. So for all of my wonderful international followers, please bear with me for a moment. We're going to talk a little bit about stuff that deals with America. Rights and freedoms, because freedoms, right? Freedoms of Americans. I'm reading straight off of this article. In drafting the Constitution, most of the Founding Fathers believed that the safeguards written into it would protect the rights of Americans. But when the Constitution was sent to the states in 1787, a great roar of disapproval went up. In Virginia, Patrick Henry protested vigorously against the lack of specific statement of the rights. Other Americans from different states demanded that the Bill of Rights be added to the constitutions. A number of states ratified the Constitution only conditionally. That is, they would approve the Constitution only if it were changed to include these rights. So here are the Bill of Rights. Freedom of religion. The first 10 amendments to the Constitution, right? Freedom of religion, the first right of freedom guaranteed in the Bill of Rights is freedom of religion. You have the right to worship what you want. Congress cannot favor any one religion over others, right? Freedom of religion, you have the right to choose or practice any religion that you want, or not practice, or practice, or not practice. Right there, freedom of religion. Freedom of religion. You can believe in God. Wow. This is why the Jews came over to America after the war. You have the right to believe in God, practice your Judaism, honor God, do your Shabbat service without doing it in hiding like they did in Russia, like they did in Egypt, like they did in Germany. You have the right, freedom of religion. Freedom, here's that word again, freedom of speech. The right to express your ideas and opinions. Freedom of speech. Could be sensitive to other people, but you have that right to say it. Freedom of speech. Freedom of press. I know this is becoming a big deal lately in our country, but freedom of press. Freedom of assembly. Another priceless freedom guaranteed by the First Amendment is freedom of assembly, a freedom to hold meetings. Americans are free to meet together to discuss problems, to plan their actions. Freedom of petition. The freedom of petition is the right to ask your government to do something or to refrain from doing something. You have that right to ask them, say, hey, we want you to do something. Freedom of petition. The right to bear arms. Another one, right to bear arms. The Second Amendment to the Constitution guarantees Americans the right to bear arms. In the early years of our nation, Americans needed weapons in order to serve in the militia or volunteer in the army that were established to defend our states. The militia provided protection during emergencies. Many Americans also believed that without weapons, they would be powerless. That's why this was there. The right to equal justice. Everybody has the right to equal justice. Equal justice. The right to own private property. The right to enjoy many other freedoms. Freedom to live or travel anywhere in our nation. Freedom to work at any job for which you qualify. Freedom to marry and raise a family. Freedom to receive free education in good public schools. Freedom to join a political party, a union, or other legal groups. Nowhere there does it say being bullied for who you vote for. I'm not making this up. I'm reading straight off of this. This is our freedom. That is amazing. That's what freedom in America is. Freedom. Freedom. So talking about Exodus. I didn't talk about this last year. I'm talking about it this time. A little bit different from last year. So for those of you who've been following me for a year, awesome. Thank you so much. I love you so much. But I didn't talk about this last year because this is different. I wanted to make it different than last year. Freedom. We talk so much about one side of freedom or one other side of freedom, but in this, it's your side of freedom. You have that right. If you want to paint your color of your house, whatever color you want, you should have that right. Notice how the key word there is you should have that right. I went off on that probably about a week ago, so I probably won't do that again. But think about what I said. You should have that right. You should have that right. But in some communities, you don't have that right. So I can't paint my house blue and silver if I want to. Why? That's freedom. Freedom is you should be able to do things. Now, of course, there's always going to be that, hey, well, but I read you the Bill of Rights. It was important because there's a lot of reasons why our forefathers put those together. God also is way smarter than our forefathers. Yes, I said that. God is way smarter than our forefathers because God also knows that freedom, I am the Lord of God who brought you out of the land of freedom, out of the house of bondage, out of the house of slavery. He also knew why he wanted Moses to say that. It's important to know that. To me, freedom is exactly that. Being free. Not being scared. Not being scared to wear whatever color hair you want to wear. If you want to dye your hair whatever color, that's your business. That is your business. If you want to vote for whoever you want to vote for in America or wherever else you guys vote, that's your business. If you want to believe in God or if you not want to believe in God, that's your business. But don't start making fun of people who don't believe in God, and don't start making fun of people who do believe in God. That's their business. To say God's name is your freedom. But getting fired from your job because you said God's name at work, that's not freedom. Oh, it offended. Oh, wait, offended?
Don't you have the same freedom to say what you want versus the same of being offended? See the difference? Offended versus not offended. But what about freedom? Where does freedom fit in there? This is a touchy subject for a lot of people, and this is very touchy. But Mouth Page is different than that. We're not talking about being touchy. We're talking about what does freedom mean? Because if freedom's being touchy, does that mean you're free? That other person. Now you might be offended, but is that other person? So if you're upset because that other person, are they free? What really is freedom? You might be offended, sure, you have that right to be that. You could be free to be offended. But that person also has that right to say what they want. That's the difference. That's the difference. God wants us to be free. God doesn't want us to be slaves. God doesn't want us to be trapped. But God also wants us to be equal. Equal. God didn't want the Hebrews or the Israelites to be any less than the Egyptians. But the Egyptians wanted more. Wanted more. God said, okay, fine. Pharaoh thinks he's powerful. I'm more powerful. I'm going to show him how powerful I am. And that's the difference. Freedom. That's the word of the day. Freedom. F. Freedom from fear. You don't think the Israelites were scared to death of Pharaoh? You bet they were. Every time his soldiers walked by, they were shivering. Not to mention they were rarely fed. Hitler did the same thing. Starved the Jews so they couldn't fight. Actually, he starved the Jews so they couldn't pray. So they couldn't believe because they were so angry and upset that they didn't have time to pray to God. Think about that for a moment. Is that freedom? Negative. R. Remember, God wants you to be free for being told what to do all the time, being brainwashed, to be like a slave. God wants you to be free from that. E, evil wants you to have no freedom whatsoever. Evil wants you to be confused. E again, evil wants you to believe in everything else but God. Because God gives you freedom. D, don't let anyone take your freedom away. Don't let anyone take your freedom away. Oh, only God can free us. And M, make God first in your life and you will be free. Before we end tonight's motivation, I'd like to close with prayers and birthday wishes. Healing prayers. Pray for my father-in-law who is healing better, getting better, but got to keep praying for the healthcare professionals with him as well. Keep praying that does get better. Pray for my friend Scott, who's in rehab now, but keep praying that he will heal. Pray for his wife, who was also involved in the same accident, that she continues to heal. Pray for Ashton. Pray for Tony. Pray for Vicky. Pray for Kenny, Ceci, Charlotte, Liza's father, Laura's mother, Marcus's back, Marcus's family, Christine's family, Jeremiah, Juanita, Edwina, Edwin, Jason, Joshua, Sam's daughter, Raul, Roger, Robert, Stephanie, Ralph's mother, Greg's aunt, Sandy's son, John, Melissa, Kim, Paul, Paula, Natalia, Nathan, Nancy, Byron, Brian, Mark, Eric, Rabbi Marvin Perlman, Rabbi Sugarman, Rabbi Barbara, Yoel, Raul, and Amy. And happy birthday to Brenna, to Jason, to Jorge. Yom Haledet Sameach. Amen. And to end with Psalm 133, Hini ma tovim manayim shevekim gam yachad. How good and pleasant is it for brothers and sisters to dwell together in unity. I want to thank you all for watching tonight. Woo, I went a little longer. See how I get with the 10 Commandments? I get so pumped. I haven't even started. This is I'm just doing the parable about freeing and slavery. So I get pumped. So I want to thank you all for watching tonight. Check us out on Facebook. Check us out on our YouTube channel, Mouthpage Purchase Community. And check us out on our website, www.mouthpage.com. I love you all. Check out all of those services. Don't forget, help others to be nice. God bless. I love you all. Have a wonderful night. I'll see you tomorrow. Amen.